Good afternoon, friends. I am Sagar Gondaliya from ILDC team. Today my topic is Google Glass. So before we starting presentation, there are some questions we cover today. What is Google Glass? Why is Google Glass? For whom? By whom? Who invented it? Etc. And some brief detail about technologies used in Google Glass or Project Glass. There are the content of my presentation, Project Glass. First of all, introduction, features, technologies used, how it works, advantages, disadvantages, and futures of and conclusion. Introduction. Project Glass is invented by or research and development program by Google for those type of people who are handicapped or not able to use palm tops, laptops or smartphones. Then they design such a device that is wearable and work on a sound-based input or just on a touch or gestures. So they invented Google Glass. There are some features of Project Glass or Google Glass. First is thin and powerful. The weight of Google Glass is around 15 grams and it is operated on only 4G technology, so it is very powerful. And there are many menus in Google Glass. There are 16 GB of flash memory and 12 GB of usable memory in Google Glass and 1 GB of RAM. So it works fluently with 4G technology. Other features is weather alerts or travel alerts, or you can use it as a navigation. Or you can take videos or images. There is a 5 megapixel camera in Google Glass, so it takes good pictures and videos. There is also easy sharing. You can share your photographs and other details with your friends on the go, and it is easy sharing. There are some images which describe the features of Google Glass. The first one is shows weather alerts as well as notifications, or if you want to call to your friend, etc. And the second one is display some menus which are included in the Google Glass. Third one is navigation, which is with navigation is available in our smartphone, is also useful, also available over here. And fourth one is Facebook or Google group sharing or Twitter sharing is also available. If you can take pictures or any other details, then you can share at any time with Google Glass. There are some technologies which are used in Google Glass. Those are wearable computing, ambient intelligence, smart clothing, high-tech technology, smart city technology, 4G technology, Android technology, and augmented reality. Let we describe each of these technology in this detail. First is wearable computing. Google Project Glass made this device in such a way that you can wear it on your head or mouth, and those people who are not able to put smartphone in his or her hands, then they can easily use this device and share those information which is available on smartphone and laptops. Ambient intelligence. Ambient intelligence is one type of electronic environment that is very responsive and quick. This type of environment is a bridge between presence of human and particular Android device. This interface is actually not visible to us, but it is understood by device very well. When some person is in range of that Android device, then there are such applications which operated on ambient intelligence. There are one application which is place me or highlight me, some application which is available in this application running in background of your cell phone or in Google Glass also. When some person is coming in range of your device, then the application take the profile of that person, and if it is related to you, then or in your Facebook circle or anywhere, then that application alert you about that person. That is all about ambient intelligence. Smart clothing. Smart clothing is used in Google Glass. Smart clothing is a combination of fabric technology and digital technology. Smart clothing is something like nowadays there are smart clothing is developed for various purposes. There are also available in market. Smart clothing, one example of smart clothing, there are, if you comes from your company and your lift is off, then you have to reach at your fourth floor by steps. Then if your temperature of body is increased, then clothing identify it and it give commands to your air conditioner to start, and when your body is in normal mode, then it decrease the temperature of air conditioner. This is all about smart clothing. ITAP technology. ITAP technology, here you can see is not a Google Glass, but it is an ITAP device. ITAP device is a device that comes in front of your retina, and that takes the whole view which is around us, and put some computer based data on that and create such a view that is understandable by users or wearer. There are different types of ITAP device in market. They designed in such a way that for a particular requirement. There are one device which is sports ITAP. If you are coach or if you want to follow particular person on field or in stadium, then if you wear your sports ITAP, then you can follow that particular player on the field and take a particular statistic about that player on a go, and you can access every detail and data about that particular player. And there are some people who have a memory problem, they are not remember things long time. Then there are others ITAP devices also available which display their routine schedule as well as to-do list, etc. Another smart grid technology. Smart grid technology is actually combination of information and communication technology which is used in Google Glass. This technology provides efficiency, reliability, economics, and sustainability to Google Glass. 4G technology. Google Glass is only operated on 4G technology. So it is a minimal requirement for Google Glass. Google is planning for launches Google Glass in 2014. Because of 4G technology's data speed about 50 Mbps to 1 GB, it's faster data transfer speed. Google Glass is working around its purpose. Google Glass is working with any of your Android device. They are connected via Bluetooth and use data of your cell phone, and also use your view display in your cell phone. And Android is a Linux-based operating system. And Google Glass is developed by Google and Open Handset Alliance. Open Handset Alliance is a collaboration of 84 worldwide companies. They are working with Google to develop such a device that is very useful and affordable to users. Augmented reality. Augmented reality is a live view which is taken by your Google Glass camera, and some computer generated data posted over that, and they can generate output which is understood by users very well, such as the navigation map, which is also a photographs taken by Google Glass, and they generate this type of map with that. Now, how it works and what is its design perspective. First one is video display. Its video display is like a virtual retina display. If you see 32-inch LCD TV with a 8 feet of distance, then it looks like same video display. If you wear Google Glass, then it's same. You feel like you are watching a LCD of 32-inch by a distance of 8 feet. Camera. There are 5 megapixel camera available in Google Glass, which takes photo as well as video for you, and you can share it. Speaker. Google Glass designed to be hands-free wearable device that can be used to make and receive call. So a speaker is also available to handle your smartphone's calls via Google Glass. There is one single button. It is sophisticated and useful in a multifunctional way. Which application you are running on your Google Glass display, according to that button is working. Such like in our smartphone, if our zooming in and out button is also useful in our volume increase and decreasing. Microphone also available to give your voice command to the Google Glass or your cell phone. It is useful for those type of people who are not able to take handicapped or not able to take device in your hand or not able to give input via touch or gestures. Then they can simply give voice command to the Google Glass. There are some advantages of Google Glass. It is easy to wear and use. It is very sensitive and responsive to the presence of people. Fast access of maps, documents, videos, etc. via Google Glass is very frequent. A new trend for fashion lovers together is also innovative technology. Who are fashion lovers or interested in wearing goggles, then they can wear goggles as well as Google Glass with in a single. Or Google create a spectacle-based computer, that is one type of computer that is we are on our mouth and you can see that computer via your eyes. And it is useful for handicapped or disabled people. There are some disadvantages also of Google Glass. This can be very sensitive, so it can be easily broken or damaged. Or it may lead accident while if you have a problem with showing your natural view, then it may cause an accident. It may also cause headache. If you wear it uses ITAP technology. ITAP technology has one disadvantage is that if you use that before sleeping, then it causes a headache. Privacy of people may link with Google Glass and can be used in only metro cities because 4G network is not available all over. So it is also useful in 4G metro cities. Future scope. Google is classified Google Glass as a futuristic device. They have said that it is incredibly compelling. Means ये device future में mandatory होगा, सबके पास होगा. Google is trying to push their project through FCC to pass away, and they are trying to launch Google Glass for a consumer in 2014. Conclusion. Conclusion of Google Glass is that it is one type of wearable computer that can be very useful for handicapped people, and also those people who are like to sharing on a way or on a goal, and it is very useful. Let's see one video related to Google Glass.
It may be a beautiful sunny day, but I've swapped my sunnies for a more interesting piece of face gear, Google Glass, one of only 2 devices available here in Europe at the moment, so it's all very, very exciting. Now, as some of you may know, Glass is designed to free data and information from your computer, your tablet and your smartphone and place that information directly in front of your face, or at the top of your right eye to be more precise. Now, it goes without saying Google Glass is hot property right now, but what's it like seeing the world through Google's eyes? Now, before you set off, you'll need to make a few adjustments. So adjusting the screen to ensure it's in the optimum position and making sure the flexible armbands fit nice and snugly on your face. And then there are two ways to trigger it. Simply flick your head or tap the side, and then you're ready to audibly command it. Now, as some of you may have heard, we came very, very close to commanding Google Glass with the popular playground phrase, pew, pew, pew. Luckily for us, Google went with OK Glass. OK Glass. Get directions to the closest bar. Okay, so I've asked it 4 directions. What I'm being presented with now is a map in my top right field of vision. Interestingly, when I look to the left and look to the right, the visuals move where I move, where my head moves, which is probably for the best because you don't want to be tilting your head at a bizarre angle. You want everything to be as comfortable as possible, and that is what this application is allowing me to do. In fact, it's telling me now I need to turn left. Maps is definitely one of Google Glass's most impressive and useful functions. Being able to navigate a map hands-free will prove helpful, and it really helps that the visuals are based on the way you're facing. Now, Google Glass hasn't been designed with all-day use in mind, so to conserve battery and avoid distraction, the display switches off, requiring you to wake it up with the aforementioned triggers. That's because the idea is that you turn Glass on whenever you're after snippets of info, be it directions, sending a photo you've taken to your friends, or sending a tweet. Its battery life can attest to that, lasting just under 3 hours of constant use. Glass is able to perform many tasks autonomously, provided it's hooked up to any Bluetooth-enabled Android phone, and it uses its 3G data and GPS or local Wi-Fi to work. Now, Glass works with the dedicated My Glass app, which lets you do things like manage your contacts, set up Wi-Fi, change settings, and add and turn apps on or off. Unfortunately for us, we didn't have access to any apps like Twitter, Gmail, and the New York Times. But Google has created a beautifully basic experience that's easy to understand, quick to learn, and a pleasure to use. It's also worth noting you won't be able to input commands directly from the app. But you can use the app to show off what you're seeing on the heads-up display. Now, we're big fans of the Google Now integration, so as Glass learns more about you, when you swipe backwards, you'll be presented with cards like local weather, directions home, or nearby places. It'll even tell you if you've got a meeting coming up. Swipe forward and this will bring up your activity timeline in chronological order. You'll find a trackpad on the right arm for scrolling through menus or other Glass content. You tap it to make selections or hold down to trigger a Google search without the OK Glass command, which all proved very responsive during our time with it and is one of Glass's best features. Google will dictate or show you the answer depending on the nature of your Google search. It speaks to you through your skull by transmitting sounds to your inner ear via bone conduction technology, and if you look carefully, you'll see a tiny image on the front of the display. While voice control is generally excellent, Glass is not always 100% accurate depending on pronunciation and word choice, so saying bar instead of pub, for example. The closest pub. Ooh, the closest pop. But speak clearly and you'll get the results you want. Interestingly, Google is trying to make voice searches more conversational, allowing you to use pronouns like hi, it, or her, for example, when referring to a recent search subject. OK Glass. Google, how old is Barack Obama? He's 51, born on August 1st, 1961. Who is his wife? Very clever. Michelle Obama. We already knew that, but Google Glass knew that, so that's very cool. It's also very cool asking Google to instantly translate a phrase for you. How do I say nice to meet you in Japanese? I'm going to assume that's right, but the results popped up pretty quickly. OK Glass, take a picture. Taking 5-megapixel snaps or shooting 720p video only takes a few seconds. Now, this can be done either verbally or manually if you feel a bit silly using voice control in public, or if it's noisy, by simply tapping a small button to take a snap or holding down to shoot a video. And the ability to snap a photo the moment you see a good shot without having to grab your phone, load the camera and line up the shot is awesome. And the image quality is surprisingly sharp. So what's it like looking through the other side of the glass? Well, it's pretty freaking awesome, and that's only after a few hours and without access to its full range of features and apps. It feels strange at first, but overall it's pretty non-intrusive, and I eventually got used to having a small screen hovering above my field of vision, and it's more than suitable for reading text and viewing images as long as it's in a comfortable position. You will look a little silly when looking at the display, and people will stare and possibly point, which may induce feelings of self-consciousness, but who cares? You'll be too busy feeling awesome while taking pictures of stuff to post on Twitter. Google calls it the future of technology, and it's certainly got the potential to be an incredible device. But whether Google Glass becomes a defining wearable of the decade remains to be seen. Rest assured, we'll bring you a full review of these futuristic sci-fi specs as soon as we can.